everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this candlestick trio. Alright, so my supplies, some of them were from the Dollar Tree, so let me show you those first. The main thing that we're going to be needing are these candlesticks. Now they come with these little suction cups that are removable. We're not going to need those, so we're going to remove that. So we're going to need 3 of those candlesticks if you want to make a trio. You can just grab 2 if that's all you want to make. Now for the candlesticks, we're going to need AA batteries. They do not come with it, so you'll need to grab yourself a packet. I grabbed these also from the same store. I also grabbed some ornament balls, and I grabbed 2 different sizes. These came in long plastic containers, and I just grabbed what I needed. I'm gonna need 4 large ones and 2 small ones, and these are about 2.5 inch diameter, and these are about a 2 inch diameter, in case you're curious what I'm using. I'm also going to be using these little champagne cups, but I'm only going to be using the base. Now this particular one that I had grabbed has a little silver and a silver base here, and they have a little bit of a design to them. It kind of goes up here a little bit. They do have them in clear, but they do not have that little kind of beveled edge here, and they do come in a pack of 4 if you purchase them this way, so you'll need to buy 2 packages because we need 6 of the bases. We do not need this part in the top. If you buy the crystal ones, you'll get 6 in one packet, so you only need to buy 1 packet. Okay, so 6 of those, and then we're going to need these plastic napkin rings, and we need 9 of these. The packet only comes with 1, so you'll have to buy 2. Again, if you're only going to make 2 candlesticks, you probably just need 1 bag. And then of course you'll need less of the ornament balls as well. Okay, I went to Walmart and I grabbed myself some spray paint because I decided that I'm going to spray the candlestick white. You can spray paint them any color you want, or if you want to leave them the color that they are, that's fine. Just keep in mind that these little candlesticks, I only found them with the gold. You might be lucky and find them in silver. But everything else looks fine in the color that it is, so I really don't have to paint them, but I decided that I want it all white, so I got myself some spray paint. Optional is some Mod Podge and some glitter, and of course I have a brush for my Mod Podge, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. So for that we're going to be needing some masking tapes and some tissue paper or little cloths, little scrap pieces of cloth that you can get spray paint on. We're going to be using E6000, or you can use super glue or Gorilla Glue, whatever glue you like the best, and some hot glue gun. We're going to be using our hot glue from a hot glue gun. I got some scissors here. Another couple of things that I do not have on the table right now because it just occurred to me that I want to decorate it a little bit. Might be some little scraps of pine or pine garland, maybe some little berries, maybe little small ribbons. And we'll decorate those at the very end. It is optional, of course. Alright, so let's get to the first step. So let's get to crafting. Alright, so first and foremost, I want to make sure that my candles do work. So I've gone ahead and I've opened all 3 of them, and I've inserted the batteries into them, and I know that they work. I can just twist the top off and it turns it off, twist it back on, and it turns on. So this is where the batteries go through on these little candles. If you twist it off, here are the batteries. Okay, I'm going to take them off just because I don't want to waste them right now. So now I can put this back on here. Now I want to spray paint these like I said, but I do not want the candle part and obviously the little light part up here to get painted. So I'm going to take some masking tape. You just cut it off with your fingers as well. I am going to just put some on the bottom edge as close as I can. My kitty cat again. Alright, so we just want to put that on there like that, as close to the edge as we can, so we won't get that painted. And then we can just take our tissue paper and just kind of wrap it around the candle. And now we don't have to worry about putting the tissue paper like right on the edge because there's already tape there covering that. So we just want the rest of the candle covered. So I'm just rolling it around, and it doesn't matter how I do that. So cut yourself another piece of tape. Once you've got it all, then wrap it around the bottom so the tissue paper doesn't move around. And I'm just finding where the top is, folding this down You can do this however you want, but this is how I'm doing it in case you're curious. Well, here we go. So now I'm going to just tape this down as well. And it makes it really nice and convenient, keeps everything out of the way while I'm working with the candlestick. Okay. All right, so I did go ahead and draw a little diagram here for myself so that I would know how I'm going to put the parts together so I don't get confused. My first one, my second, and my third candlestick, because I want them to be in 3 different heights. So I went ahead and did that so that I would also know how many supplies I needed. Now, the idea is not mine to use these bases and the napkin rings and these little balls. It is not mine. So I'm going to link down below a picture from Pinterest where I saw this idea for the, that inspired me to do something a little bit different. And also I believe there is a video, at least one of them that I saw from the Pinterest link. And I will go ahead and link that below as well to give credit where credit is due. Okay, that being said, we're going to go ahead and start building our first candlestick. So we're going to take one of the bases. Actually, I'm going to take 2 of these bases. One right here. And I am going to need 2 rings for that. And I told myself that I needed a large ball for that. Okay, that is how I'm going to do the very first one. So what we want to do is we want to get our E6000, and I am going to take one of the napkin rings and put glue on the edge. I'm not going to go all the way around. I'm just going to go in a couple of spots, and then I'm also going to use my glue gun. Now I will explain once again that the reason that the glue gun is being used is to get a quick bond, okay, to get everything to get bonded right away. And usually sometimes I just use my glue gun and I don't even bother using the E6000 or super glue or any other glue. So you want to make sure this is centered correctly on there, and it is. I'm just going to wipe it up very carefully. I don't want to spread the glue all over the place. I just want to smooth it out. There we go. So we want to create this little part first. Now what I'm doing right now for this first candlestick is going to get done for all of them because all the bottoms are going to start off the same. Okay? All right, so then we're going to put a ball right in there. So now we need more glue. And you also want to do this in a well-ventilated area because this E6000 has a bit of a strong scent. But for me, it is a little bit more bearable than the super glue. So that's why I use that. Okay. Put a ball right in there. So that's what that looks like. Now we're going to get a ring and put that right on top of here. And then of course I'm going to take a base, but now I'm going to turn it upside down and put it on top. And that'll get glued on there. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do next. Now as I'm putting this glue on here, I am kind of directing myself towards the inside because if any of it drips, it'll hopefully drip inside and not on the outer edges. So just kind of lean your glue towards the inside. Okay, this one I can turn it upside down so I can see and be able to center it. And there it is. And right now it can pretty much be used this way or this way because it is the same either way. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and add our little candlestick. I do notice that on the bottom of these candlesticks they do have this little sticker here, so just remove that because otherwise you'll stick the sticker on there and not the actual item. So I'm going to put this on here so I can see exactly where it rests. And now that I see, I'm going to go ahead and put glue in there on the edge here where it rests. If you're not sure about that, then just put the glue on the bottom edge of this instead. And just look at it from the top and make sure it's centered. And there we go. There's my first candlestick. So I'm going to go ahead and build the other two bases so that I can get to this point. But I'm not going to glue this candlestick on here. I'm just going to do this smaller base down here. So I'm going to make 2 more, and I shall be back. All right, everyone. So I've gone ahead and I continued with my other 2 pieces, and I've gotten to this point where I said this one was done, but I wasn't going to put the base. And then for the second one, I went ahead and I continued. Instead of putting the base, I put a small ornament ball, another napkin ring, and then the base. So this gives me a little more height compared to the first one. So now I'm working on the third one. I put some E6000 glue already on here, and then I want to put a small ornament. Now, what occurred to me as I was doing this is that the package of ornaments that I purchased, the 2 packages, although the 2 packages were similar to each other, the balls themselves came in 2 different textures. As you can see, one has a smooth satiny finish and the other one has a glitter on them. So maybe you want to purchase enough packages, balls, so that you have enough, so that you might want to have them all be the same texture. I didn't have that on mine, and I'm not going to worry about it now. There's just something that I thought about, that after I spray painted, they probably more than likely will look a little different, because this has glitter and this does not. Now, one thing I did discover about this one with the glitter is that you can kind of scratch it off quite easily, but it would take some time to scratch off all that glitter, so we're not going to go there. Okay, so after I put this small one so it matches this, now we need our candle ring, and I was already getting to almost to that point before I realized, oops, I need to tell everybody how this one is going to get built. So we're going to continue so that it looks like that second one, but then we're going to add more height to it. So this is better if I sit down and look at it, because I can look at it from the side and then adjust, turn it and adjust. Now, the thing about using a hot glue gun is that you can pull everything apart. So if you place it wrong or something, you can pull it off. And then if you happen to smear the E6000 because it's not dry yet, you can get a nice little wet cloth and remove any excess rather than using your fingers like I am. So that's just something, a little tip there. Okay. So as I was saying, you can remove, with a hot glue gun, you can remove them and then do any adjustments. But if you want to have this stay together, then make sure you use a different type of glue. If you're just making this for yourself and it's just for the season, you're going to take it apart anyway, maybe, and you're going to recycle it and do something different, then use your hot glue gun, which is usually what I do. Okay, so now, so if you say big ball, I use a small ball. I can continue with another small ball or a big one, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do a big one. And I was already gluing this one on, you guys, but I was putting it in the wrong place. So it's got some glue on it, and luckily it just from the hot glue gun, and it just comes off so easily. Also, these have these little bits here where you can hang them from. You just take that off. I'm just going to turn it so I can see if I'm centered or not. And then just kind of look at it from the sides as well to make sure it's nice and straight, and it is. Okay, so there we go. So now we have another height, and now we can glue these to here. So I'll go ahead and do that. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about my little mess inside there because I am going to decorate them. If you're a stickler, then, you know, just do it nice and neat. This one came out really neat. This one didn't because I put the glue in here first. So the trick is to actually put the glue on the base of the candlestick here. Okay, there we go. Now, like I said, if you find these in silver and you're okay with the way it all looks, and you're coordinated your ornament balls on here, and you don't need to spray paint it, then this is complete. And then you could just decorate around here with some little garland or berries or whatever you want to put on them. I'm going to take them out and I'm going to spray paint them with white matte paint. I decided I want a matte paint because I'm doing a farmhouse theme, and that goes with my decor. But you choose whatever you want to do. If you want to do them nice and glossy, spray paint them silver again just so that everything is uniform and painted in the same way. I would still want to do that even if everything was silver. And then you just go over it and add whatever, you know, you want to add to it. I'm going to be adding some glitter with my Mod Podge, but I'm going to take it outside, spray paint it, let it completely dry, and I'm actually going to be back probably tomorrow to finish up this video. Okay, everyone, I shall be back. All right, everyone, it is the next day, and I chose to paint them early this morning, and they are dry now. I will point out one thing, that is, if you choose to spray paint them, don't use the glittered balls, or try to scrape off as much of the glitter, maybe a little bit with the sandpaper, but otherwise use the smooth balls for this, because the aerosol spray does tend to melt the glitter a little bit, and then you get these little chunks kind of wanting to lift off, and it kind of becomes a little bit of a mess. So that's the only thing I'm going to tell you. Now, I could go ahead and take these back outside and give them another spray painting, because it could use another little bit of a coat. I can see some spots on the 3 sticks that could use a little bit more, but I need to get this video going, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave them as is, but just to let you know, give them a couple of coats of spray paint. Okay, so now that they've been spray painted at the bottom the color that I want them, or whatever color you decide to do them, this is completely optional. I'm going to take some Mod Podge, or you could just use some, Elmer's glue, not a super glue, excuse me, just a white glue, and use that for the adding of some glitter, because I am going to put some glitter on them. Now, I'm choosing to use like a heavier coat of glitter up on the top and just kind of like lighten it as I go down. Before I do that, I want to unscrew this top part just a little bit, because I want to get close to the edge here where I put that Mod Podge, but I don't want it to get on the edge of this little, the top of this little, where it screws off, because I don't want that to dry and seal it and then, cause a mess or get any glitter inside. So I'm not taking it off completely, because I don't want any glitter to get inside. I'm just taking it off just a little bit, just unscrew it a little bit so it's not touching. Okay. Long way of telling you all of that. Okay, so now I'm just going to go right on the edge and brush down, and I want to coat the whole candle with Mod Podge. Okay, because I want a heavier coat, I'm going to go ahead and just like pour this on the top and just twirl it as I go, and then just kind of go down a little bit. It's already got some, these little candles already have like a little texture, or I don't know, engraved, I guess is another word to use instead of texture. Like a little waxy melting down on the edges here, and then it kind of little drips going down on them. You could try to match those if you had like a really fine brush and just put glitter on that, but I'm just going to cover it this way. And then this bottom part here, I'm just taking some and just sprinkling it, because like I said, I don't want it that heavy on the bottom as I might want it on the top. Any spots you miss on the top, just sprinkle it on there. There we go. And I'll just twirl it. I can get carried away with this, so I'm going to stop, and that'll be that for that candle. Okay, so I've already done the other 2. And now I want to decorate my candle, so I'm going to allow this one to dry, and I'll be back so I can show you how I've decorated it. Okay, so now to decorate my candlesticks, I want to make a little garland around the bottom, or a little candle ring. And I'm going to be using this garland that I got from the Dollar Tree. This is what the label looks like. And this is 15 feet of garland. So if you're looking for this package, that is what it looks like. But you can use any scraps of garland you might already have, wherever you buy yours from, it doesn't matter. Okay, or you can use maybe something that has some greenery rather than, Christmas, so that you can use it for another season. Okay, so I'm just going to take about 6 inches of this, and I am going to use my wire cutters for this. So I'm just going to measure 6 inches. And this is very easy. Put that over to the side. Okay, so then all I want to do is just make a ring with this, and because it is wire, you just want to make sure that it's wired. If it's not a wired garland, then you can bring it around and then use a little piece of wire and tie it around to keep it together, or you could use your hot glue and glue it together. But this one is wire, so I can just shape. So I'm just going to shape a little ring. That's all I need to do, just like that. Okay, so then I'm also going to be using this little spray. I got this from Walgreens. I like this because it had a little bit of snow texture on them. It was a little different than, you know, the regular kind of pine looking. Look at this close up. So just use something that contrasts. You don't have to use another greenery. You can use some little flowers, or if you want to create a little ribbon or a bow to put on there, put that in there instead. Okay, so I'm just going to take 3 of these that happen to have these little berries on them. This one didn't, so I'm just going to put it over to the side. Okay, and these, I just want to hot glue them around. But I'm going to remove this chunky part. Oops. Remove this chunky part off of the little stem. I just sweep everything down to the floor because I then get my broom and then just sweep everything. So you're going to see me just making things fly off the table. Okay, there's a little berry that I can glue on. Fell off of one of them. Okay, so now I'm just going to get some hot glue and put some of the upper tip where I cut off that other chunkier part. And I'm not going all the way down. I'm just kind of halfway because I just want this part to glue down. This part can kind of, you know, be off the sides there. And I'm just going to tuck in that end to make sure that it's in there. And just curve it a little bit and glue it down, and then some of it can stick up out like that. I'm going to do the same with the next piece and then the next one in. And I feel like this one's just a tiny bit too long, so I'm just going to snip off a little bit. Okay. And then just finish gluing all the little pieces down. And then I'll just glue these little berries that came off. So that's up to you. If you have something like this, maybe you have some little miniature pine cones, which I happen to have, and I'm tempted to put some on here. So I might just do that. This one doesn't have any, so I'll glue one on that one. Okay, and there we go. So this is super easy to do. These little rings, and then all you have to do, and I'm hoping that my glitter is dry. There we go. Just slide it on, and then you can slide it off. And if you want to use a different type of greenery or just some ribbons on there to change the seasons, you can do that. Imagine this with some fall. I think that would look so pretty. And maybe you want to paint this in a brown or black or really any color you want. But there you go. That is the finished candle. So let me show you the other two so you can see the whole trio. Alright everyone, I have completed my candlestick trio. A lot of the products were from the Dollar Tree, and I did get the idea from the bottom from a picture on Pinterest and a video link, so I will put that down in the description box below so that you'll know who to give credit to. But I did the top my own idea. I added the candlesticks rather than a glass vase on top, and of course I did a little ring on here. So I hope that you like my idea. I hope that you like what I've done differently, and leave a nice comment down below and let me know what you think and what you would do different. You paint them a different color. I also think they would look really nice in black. That was my other color choice, but I went ahead and went with white. So I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up. I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up. And like I said, leave a nice comment down below. Thank you to everyone who has been subscribing. If you haven't, please do so now. And hit that notification bell so let you know when I have videos, which is every Tuesday and every Friday. And once in a while, I have a weekend vlog. Now I'm going to continue with some more holiday Christmas videos. I'm going to try and do something fun, maybe make some cookies, maybe make some drinks, and my husband will be joining me for a couple of videos, if not at least one. So thank you everyone who suggested that we go ahead and add him on, or I asked you to please like the video so that I could show him, look, these are the people who liked it, and you need to be in the video. So he's agreed to at least one of them. All right, everyone. Make sure you share on your social medias. And let me switch these around because I kind of like them like this. There we go. And as always, enjoy.